Hey guys, it's Ryan from Kansas Bass Fishing, and today I have another rod review for you. I would love to get some fishing videos out, but unfortunately it's, well actually I'm looking out the window of my garage and it's snowing pretty hard right now. Everything's starting to cool down quite a bit, so it's not really realistic to get out and fish right now. I imagine the ponds and lakes near me are probably going to start freezing over here pretty soon. So may have to hold off on some fishing videos, but I'll try to get you some reviews for now. I'm not sure how frequent they come out because I have school and stuff. But right now I'm on winter break, so I figure I could bust out some videos for you guys. But today we have the Cabela's Tournament ZX rod, and this is gonna all be backwards, unfortunately, because I'm using my laptop. Because again, the camera was being all buggy. But yeah, you know, this is a rod that's retails at $100, and you don't really hear it get brought up a whole lot. You know, you always hear about the Veritas and the Garmin lights, and I think it's probably because it's a $100 rod, or I mean, a $100 rod, obviously, but a Cabela's brand rod that doesn't get brought up a lot. But I really think it's worth bringing into that discussion as one of the best rods you can get for $100. It's an incredibly comfortable rod. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things to say. It's actually my dad's rod. I fish it sometimes though when I'm out. If I don't bring any of my rods on the boat, and he has his, because you know I might have left it in my truck or something when I'm down at school because the boat's here at home. But yeah, I fish this rod enough to figure I can give a pretty good review on it. Fishes on plenty of trips. But anyways, I'll get into the specs of this one that he has. It's a 7-1 medium heavy. It recommends 12 to 20 pound test and lure weights of 1/4 to 5/8 ounce. Which in reality, I think you can throw a little bit heavier on this. Obviously, you know, typically on rods you want to stick to your lure recommendation, but it's a pretty stout rod, and for some reason on all this line of rods, they keep the lure recommendations pretty light. And when I say pretty light, like the other is 7.2 medium heavy, all the other medium heavy seem to not go much higher than 5/8 of an ounce, which I don't understand that, but it's what they recommend. Obviously, you see it has a loose speed spool in here. Those are good reels. This is not the LFS model, it's the older one, which those are, you know, cast like a dream. But yeah, and this is their spinnerbait and swim jig rod, which, I mean, obviously a 7-1 medium heavy, it's kind of an all-purpose rod. He likes throws jigs on it, some soft plastics, things like that. I mean, it's a pretty good all-around rod. I think the 7.2 in this rod is actually made for worm and jig, but he preferred this, so that's what we ended up getting him for Christmas a couple years ago. But yeah, these are great rods. I'd say it's really sensitive, to say the least. And you can kind of tell it's a pretty stout rod. I mean, it's got quite a bit of backbone, but it has I can't really show you guys in here, but it has a fairly soft tip, but it loads up into backbone very quickly, which I like. You know, it helps you sense a bite. But I think if I remember correctly, these are Pack Bay guides. Not sure if you guys can see that very well. I can hardly see. You can kind of see it. Anyways, they're conventional guides, but they seem to hold up pretty well. The first guide is a triple foot guide. The rest are all single, and it's kind of hard to get in the shocks. I'm in a boat in my garage, and you know, all that mess. Here's the reel seat. I can't remember who makes it. It might just be a custom reel seat, but it gives you a lot of exposed blank back here, which I really like, and it's real comfortable to lay your finger across the key and pretty much all blank when you have your finger around the rod. It's got this kind of carbon fiber screw down, but you know, here's a pretty typical thing. It doesn't loosen up ever from what I've noticed. And the one thing that I hadn't seen on another rod, now they're getting pretty popular with all the higher end rods, is the wind grips. This was the first rod I had seen those on, and I have to say it's really comfortable. It's really grippy. I'd say the closest thing I can compare those grips to, it almost feels like a golf club handle. If you know what that feels like, that's about what this is. But yeah, incredibly comfortable to fish all day. You know, gives you great grip in all conditions. We were out fishing in the rain. I was using it and keep hitting stuff. And it never slipped or anything. I mean, I like this rod a lot. But yeah, this is definitely a good one to bring to the discussion for $100. I mean, it's hard to find a rod like this. I mean, I realize, you know, I've picked up other Cabela's brand rods. They're not bad. They're not my favorite by any means. This rod, I mean, they have those Cabela's Spotted that are $200. I'd pick this every time over one of those. and these are just super, super, super light, even with conventional guides. It's just a great rod. But yeah, they're at Cabela's. They're $100. So it's a pretty good price rod, I'd say. Fairly affordable for a lot of people who are really starting to get into fishing. This would be a good rod to get. And they have them lineups, and they have them set up where they're designated for certain baits, or that's what they're meant for, I suppose you could say. And if you want to get if you just want to load your boat up with one rod for specific techniques, that's what these are made for. Of course, with the Tournament ZX name, is to be ready for tournament fishing, as far as being able to handle different techniques. But this has been Ryan with Kansas Bass Fishing. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Thanks, guys.